as soon as I got up to the riding area, and it's about a half-hour ride, I realized this is going to be the first real day of fall. It's cool. It's nice. I love the feeling of being just a little bit chilly. I'm not a big summer guy. And when I set up to take the first little set of pictures, I said, geez, I'm so used to being hot that I'm looking for a place in the shade. It was a really unique thing. But now, a bike, any bike, the styling of a bike is always in the eye of the beholder. But one thing about this bike, it not only works for me, it seems like it works for an awful lot of people, even the people who don't own one. Now, all through the development of motorcycle engines, for forever actually, there was always, the engineers always had to make a decision. Do I want great low-end torque or maximum peak power with trading away some drivability? And it was always a compromise back and forth. Do I want high-end power? Do I want low-end torque? And getting the balance right for a street bike. Now, on a race bike, it's a no-brainer. You just make everything for high-end power, and who cares if it's not fun to ride or not good at throttle response. But a street bike, very difficult to get that balance correct. And I always think the right way to describe the torque on this bike, it's bottomless. You can go down to 1500 RPM and just roll a throttle on it. You don't get any shuddering. It's just amazing. They got it right. And whatever combination of engineering went into this, whoever's responsible, I think they did a wonderful job. Now, sure, guys that want to create race bikes out of street bikes, that's not a big factor. But when you want to just have a street bike that's fun to ride, let the engineers do their work. And I think Suzuki, during this era, made some great leaps and bounds with the way they tuned the engines, and for street bike riding and for longevity of the engine. Now, we got both on this bike. This bike has over 78,000 miles. And as a bonus, it's got a nice quiet exhaust with a nice little rumble in there. And it would have been a real shame, in my estimation, if Suzuki had taken all the styling cues that are on this bike that seem timeless to me. Timeless styling that appeals to a lot of people. And then put an engine in that was either way too peaky or just a bottom-end torquer that had nothing up top. What they did that I think is special and makes this bike, to me, just absolutely fun to ride. You've got both. You've got that roll-on torque, and when you get it wound up, it can throw you right off the seat. Now, I remember when the 84 Suzukis came out, and I remember thinking the 82 and 83, just the styling was, I thought it was just exceptional. And then it seemed like they went a little bit overboard. Maybe they hired the guy that designed the Oldsmobile or the Buick or something. It had too many doodads and too much chrome and whatever. It didn't float my boat at all. And I was so glad that I had this bike in my collection at that time. And this is an 86 exhaust system, a little bit different. I had to make a special bracket, a carbon fiber bracket, but the engine stayed tuned exactly as a stock engine. every day that I go out on this bike, and it's the most comfortable bike in my collection, and the most appropriate if you're going to have a long ride, and it's still comfortable. It's still got the fun to ride feel that a motorcycle should have. Not the bike that's just a little uncomfortable and a little annoying, or there's some little quirk you don't like. This bike to me is it's like a Cadillac or something. It just floats over bumps, and yet it handles really well. Now pretty soon I'm going to have owned this bike for 42 years, 78,000 miles. To me it's still a brand new bike. And I have 1640 gearing on this, 530 chain conversion. It allows me to have that overdrive gear as I'm cruising out Route 80, out to the riding area every day and back. I always like to add in the videos, I have tried a lot of tires and have settled on the Michelin Commanders as the best. Now, an interesting point I didn't know until recently, a fellow named Charles sent me the information. He had 90,000 on his GS, and it was an 850. The big engine fit right in. And all of the mods, even the polishing of the exhaust and things like that, they're all out on the channel if you search my channel, GS1100E. So, to put the cherry on a Sunday of a perfect day, this just couldn't have been nicer. It's cooler, but it's time to get back on Route 80 and get back to the farm. Karen's got things for me to do every day now. We're getting ready for fall, for Halloween. It's just a beautiful, beautiful time of year. Well, they say all beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And this is my beauty. I don't know. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't, but to me, still one of those beautiful motorcycles ever designed. One of the ones right at the top. And the power band, especially considering it's 41 years old, how they got the power band to have that beautiful low end torque and not give up the top end. And it's like having two motorcycles. It's just great. And at the end of it, they still get 45 miles a gallon and 200 miles of range. I don't know how much better than that it ever gets. And a perfect day. We're coming up on probably the next 2 months. I'm going to try to ride every day, of course, but just perfect weather. And I hope it's perfect weather where you are and enjoying sharing these. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click. And it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen playlist. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.